Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing it for future updates. Today's notification is on State Level Police Recruitment Board, which is from Assam. This notification was released on 16th of January 2026 and their official website is www.slprbassam.in. Today's advertisement is for the recruitment for the post of Forester Grade 1. Forest Guard, Game Watcher, AFPF Constable in Forest Department, Constable WOWT and Constable UP in APRO, Sub Officer, Firemen and Emergency Rescuer in Fire and Emergency Services, Constable Grade 3, Penman Constable, and Burglar under DGCT and CGHG and Boatman in Assam Police. Now, if we look at the number of vacancies and the number of posts, we have 211 posts of Forester Grade 1, 504 posts of Forest Guard, 74 posts of Game Watcher, 405 posts of AFPF Constable in Forest Department, 642 posts of Constable WOWT, and 1 post of Constable Unarmed Branch in APRO, 1 post of Sub Officer, 337 posts of Firemen, and 41 posts of Emergency Rescuer in Fire and Emergency Services, 733 posts of Constable Grade 3, 11 posts of Bandman Constable, and 2 posts of Burglar under DGCT and CGHG, and 10 posts of Boatman in Assam Police. If we sum up the total number of posts and vacancies, in total we have 2,972 posts. Now for the important dates, online application has already started, which was from 22nd of January 2026, and the last date of online application will be 22 of February 2026. Remember this important point, there will be no application fee. So in today's video, we will be mainly discussing post vacancies, eligibility condition, age limit, educational qualification, and phases for recruitment examination. Now moving on to post vacancies. For Forester Grade 1, in total we have 211 vacancies, out of which 125 is unreserved. 49 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate. 2 is reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities. 13 is reserved for SC candidate, and 17 is reserved for ST Plain candidate, and 5 is reserved for ST Hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 211 vacancies for the post of Forester Grade 1. Now for Forest Guard, in total we have 504 vacancies, out of which 276 is unreserved, 109 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, 3 is reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities, and 16 is reserved for SC candidates. 98 is reserved for ST Plain candidates, and 2 is reserved for ST Hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 504 vacancies for the post of Forest Guard. Now proceeding on to Game Watcher. In total we have 74 vacancies, out of which 39 is unreserved. 14 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, 7 is reserved for SC candidate, and 9 is reserved for ST Plain candidate. 5 is also reserved for ST Hill candidate. Like mentioned before, in total we have 74 vacancy for the post of Game Watcher. Now proceeding on to AFPF Constable. In total we have 405 vacancies, out of which 129 is unreserved. 167 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate. 5 is also reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities. 24 is reserved for SC candidate. 67 is reserved for ST Plain candidate, and 13 is reserved for ST Hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 405 vacancies for the post of AFPF Constable. Now for Constable in WO and WT, in total we have 642 vacancies, out of which 510 is unreserved, 14 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, 41 is reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities, 14 is reserved for SC candidates, and 63 is reserved for ST Hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 642 vacancies for the post of Constable in WO and WT. Now proceeding on to Constable in Unarmed Branch. In total we have 1 vacancies, out of which it is reserved for ST Plain candidate. Now for sub-officer, in total we have one vacancy which is listed in unreserved category. Now for firemen, we have 337 vacancies, out of which 100 is unreserved, 115 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, 13 is reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities, 30 is reserved for SC candidate, and 46 is reserved for ST plan candidate, and 33 is also reserved for ST hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 337 vacancies for the post of firemen. Now for emergency rescuer, in total we have 41 vacancies, out of which 12 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, 7 is reserved for SC candidate, 8 is reserved for ST plan candidate, and 14 is reserved for ST hill candidate. In total we have 41 vacancy for the post of emergency rescuer. Now for the post of constable in grade 3. In total we have 718 vacancies, out of which 270 is unreserved, 283 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate, and 22 is reserved for T-tribes and Adivasi communities, 42 is reserved for SC candidate, and 60 is reserved for ST plan candidate. 41 is also reserved for ST hill candidates. Like mentioned before, in total we have 718 vacancies for the post of constable grade 3. Now for bandman in constable, in total we have 11 vacancies, out of which 6 is unreserved and 3 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate. 1 is also reserved for SC candidate and 1 is reserved for ST plan candidate. Like mentioned before, in total we have 11 vacancies for the post of bandman constable. Now for bugler, in total we have 2 vacancies, out of which 1 is in unreserved category and 1 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate. Now for boatman, we have total 10 vacancies, out of which 5 is unreserved and 2 is reserved for OBC and MOBC candidate. 1 is also reserved for ST candidate and 1 is reserved for ST plan candidate. And also 1 is reserved for ST hill candidate. In total we have 10 vacancies for the post of boatman. Now proceeding on to eligibility criteria. Applicant must be a citizen of India and permanent resident of Assam. Selected applicants will have to submit proof of residence after publication of the final select list. However, applicants belonging to SC, ST, OBC, MOBC are exempted from submitting such certificates. The applicant must be registered with the local employment exchange in Assam. The applicant must speak Assamese or any other state language fluently. Now for age criteria. For the post of sub-officer, the minimum age is 20 years and the maximum age is 24 years. Age will be calculated till 1st of January 2026. Applicants should not be born before 1st of January 2002 and not later than 1st of January 2006. Age criteria for Constable Grade 3, Bandman Constable, Bugler, Forester Grade 1, Game Watcher, and Forest Guard. The age should be minimum 18 years and maximum of 40 years as on 1st of January 2026. Applicants should not be born before 1st of January 1986 and not later than 1st of January 2008. Now age criteria for AFPF Constable, Constable WOWT, and Constable Unarmed Branch, Fireman and Emergency Rescuer, and Boatman. The minimum age should be 18 years of age and the maximum is 25 years of age. Age will be calculated till 1st of January 2026. That is, candidates should not be born before 1st of January 2001 and not later than 1st of January 2008. Remember, there is age relaxation for different categories. For SC, ST plan, and ST Hill, there is age relaxation of 5 years. For OBC and MOBC candidate, the age relaxation is for 3 years. Now proceeding on to educational qualification. Firstly, we have Forester Grade 1. The educational qualification requirement is bachelor degree in any discipline from recognized university or equivalent. For sub-officer and constable WOWT, higher secondary science pass with physics, chemistry, and mathematics from a recognized board or council. The candidate must have obtained pass mark in physics, chemistry, and mathematics in higher secondary science examination to apply for this post. For firemen and emergency rescuer, higher secondary science pass from a recognized board or council. For forest guard, game watcher, and constable unarmed branch in APRO, higher secondary 10 plus 2 or equivalent examination from a recognized board or council. For AFPF constable, constable grade 3, bandman constable, and bugler, HSLC or equivalent examination pass from a recognized board or council. Now, educational qualification and other requirement for the post of boatman is pass HSLC or equivalent examination under any government recognized board, and should be proficient in swimming. Other preferable traits are also mentioned in the official notification. You may read it. Now for the phases of recruitment test. Firstly, we have physical efficiency test and medical examination, followed by physical standard test. And in stage 2, we will have written test. And in stage 3, we have walking test for the post of forester grade 1, forest guard, and game watcher. In fourth, we have oral and viva voice. And in fifth, we have trade proficiency test for the post of penman, constable, and bugler. And in stage 6, we have swimming and boating test for the post of boatman. Now for the final merit list for the post of Forester Grade 1, the total marks will be of 150 marks. And for Forest Guard, Game Watcher, AFPF Constable, Constable WOWT, Constable Unarmed Branch, Sub Officer, Fireman, Emergency Rescuer, Constable Grade 3, the total marks will be of 100 marks. For Boatman, Bandman Constable, and Bugler, the total marks will be of 110. General instructions and steps are also clearly given in the official notification. Similarly, instructions on how to apply for this examination is also given in the official notification, the link to which you also find in my video description below. You can go and check it out. That was all from today's notification. If you have found this video informative and helpful, do consider subscribing to my channel for future updates. And don't forget to leave a like in this video as well. And if any confusion, do consider commenting in my video below. Thank you for watching the video till the end.